So, over the years, I've been a member of various art groups, and I noticed that there's some people that had actually stopped making art for quite a while sometimes. And the reasons for their stopping was either an art teacher told them that their art was no good, their parents thought that there is no money in art, so they might as well choose a different path, like a different degree, or they put it aside to raise a family. So is this you? Did you stop making art? Well, did you know that your art is still waiting for you right here? And in this video, I'm going to talk about how to get back into starting your art again. Because hey, a lot of fun. So let's get started. But before we do, my name is Karen Phillips and I am a mixed media artist. And on this channel, I help to encourage artists who are interested in making art again, especially if they're over 40, 50, or 60. Hey, maybe even over 90. So yes, let's get started. One of the ways you can get back into art is to look at other art. I remember um, years ago, a co-worker took me to a museum to see a Van Gogh exhibit. And I had never seen Van Gogh art in person, and I hadn't realized how vivid the paint the paintings are. And there was one painting that up close was just it was interesting, the marks and everything. And I wasn't an artist, so I couldn't really evaluate how great it was. But my coworker said, "Come here, come here," and she was across the room, and she had me come across the room to where she was, and she said, "Look at the painting." And I turned around, and it was amazing. It was um, like trees and dappled sunlight, and it was just it just floored me how beautiful it was up close and then far away. And that's sort of sparked in me a little voice in my head that maybe we want to try art. But of course, I didn't listen at the time. But Um, so, what art can you go see? Can you go to a local museum or gallery? And galleries aren't scary. You just go in, walk in as if you know you belong, and you just take a look at some art and notice what sparks your interest. And maybe a little emotion like, oh, I love that, or I love that color, or that texture. You make a note of that. Another way to spark your interest is to do like a magazine collage. You can cut out some magazine pages that spark your interest, cut them up in interesting shapes, and put them all together. And I'll demonstrate in a minute. A third way is to choose one of your favorite mediums, be it paint or crayon, pen, pencil, whatever, and start small. Open a page in a journal or just a blank sheet of paper and start making marks or painting your favorite color, and maybe mix it with some white and some black and see what you can discover. And just take 10 minutes to do it. You don't need an hour or 2 hours, and hold the thought that you're just trying this out. You're just seeing what happens. You're not trying to make a masterpiece or anything. Just check it out. So I'm going to do a little demo of doing a collage, and maybe we'll add a little paint. So here we go. These are leaves I like to collect, and sometimes I press them so that they're nice and flat. And I can use these as stencils in art. But this is one of my interests. So I like this orange, one of my favorite colors, even though I don't use it a lot. But we can start making shapes. Filling that in. And just see where it leads. And I happen to have some little pieces of paper I've scribbled on, and I could glue those in with some. This is actually, I don't have a label on it, but this is actually, so I'm going to spread it on a little bit using what I want. Where's my, oh, here's my little, I have a little catalyst wedge where I like to use this to spread the glue down and squeeze out the extra glue that I'm using here. And oops, making a shadow here. So I'm just playing and practicing. No real masterpiece. I'm not making that. Got a little junk mail that I could use. Take some of this blue here. And paste that down. Paste this down. And I'm going to take another color, a darker color, and see what I can do. Oh, that's green. And see what I can do here. I'm just playing. You remember how when you were a kid you did finger paints and you just put your hands around. This is kind of the same thing. You're just playing around and see what you can discover. And because this is wet, the glue is wet, it doesn't really allow you to make dark marks, but you can scratch through it. And you can take some white paint and cover up some of this. There you go. Oh, that's nice. And I will use this artist wedge to cover up some of the things that I've done. No planning, just having some little bit of fun. And I can take a paper towel a piece of a paper towel, and start to remove some of the paint. And I can take a pencil and mark through it. And that's just one example. And you can continue on. You could start again on the next day and make some more marks. It's up to you. So, okay, we've let this dry. So now I'm going to add some collage on top of our paint, and what else did I put? Color pencils and some glued on collage. But this time I'm going to actually use a Yoo-hoo stick. You can use whatever you have on hand, some tape or glue or a Yoo-hoo stick. Open that up, and let's using this blue paper because I really like it, and I received it. It was a book was wrapped in this colored paper, and I thought, no, I'm just going to save that paper. I have too many pieces of paper saved, so starting to use it up with this collage here. Okay, so I'm just going to choose some other things I have here. This is what is this? Oh, this is some construction paper that I painted some thin lines on. I also have here a piece of an old, very old book. What else do I have here? I have some some tissue paper, some printed tissue paper, which something else I collect. And I cut some pieces out of a magazine. So this looks like some sort of naan or some sort of some flatbread. And I also have I got this color from junk mail. I like this color here. And I'm going to start seeing what I like by moving things around. I might try covering up some parts of it. And I'm just simply trying things out before I actually paste things down. And this might not paste well with the Yoo-hoo, but I'll try it anyway. This is screen that you use for, we got our porch screened in, so I found a couple scraps lying around, so I took those. And it adds a little nice texture. And what else? Let's start with that. I'm going to glue this down. And this as well. Move things out of the way here. And you can either tear or cut shapes out. And just glue them down, whatever feels right in the moment for you. And we're not trying to make a masterpiece. I know I sound like a broken record, but just whatever feels good to you in the moment. And I'm going to take this tissue paper. I just simply put the glue on the back and paste it down here. I'm just using my hand to smooth things out. Okay, there we go. Things are kind of, whoops. All right. And I sometimes like to have things go off the page, so I'll leave that there. Move these down a little bit. And what else can I add? Oh, I did find some text. Ha! Adventures. I love adventures. So I'm going to put that right there. Okay. And let's try adding this. Where do I want to put that? Creates a little texture. Okay, so I'm going to try putting a little glue down and see what happens. I don't think I like it there. What do you think? What do you think? Maybe here? Okay, so I put a glob of this glue down. Just kind of lightly pressing it in. We'll see what happens after it dries. And let's see what else we've got here. Maybe another piece of this little construction paper shape with some paint on it. And let's see, one more piece. I want this here. Sure, why not? Adding some glue here. And you can even time yourself. If you only have like 15 minutes, just set a little timer on your phone and have at it. Just see what you can do in the amount of time that you have. And you can always come back to it. You could always say, I like it just like that, and I will leave it for another day. And set a little reminder in your phone to come back to it. I'm actually going to take a pencil. I just feel like doing that right now. And draw on top of some of these things. Let's see. Oops, just tore that. All right. See what I like happening with this. And drawing here. Okay, and so I'm just going to paste a couple more things down, and I'm going to call it a day. Let's see, some more of this. And put some more glue on it. And paste it down. And you'll notice that I overlap some things, which creates some depth. So this screen is over this black construction paper, which is over this blue wrapping paper. Cut out some of this glue. It's getting stuck to my hands. Okay, so I'm going to call it a day, and I will come back to it another time. But that's how you can get started to get your creativity going and practice seeing what you can discover and what feels good for you in the moment. So that's it for now. Bye.